are 5 surprising foods that can trigger acne. We all know the typical things that can trigger acne like sugar, dairy, junk food, whey, but the things I'm going to talk about in this video are not as well known and they were a complete surprise to me. Number 1 is fruit juices, and this also includes the ones that are freshly squeezed. Fruits are good for you, but when it's in a juice form, there's no fiber and it's basically just sugar. Since it has so much sugar, it causes a spike in your blood sugar levels and that leads to increased sebum production and inflammation. The second thing is shellfish, and this one was a complete surprise to me. I kind of made this connection on my own because I realized that whenever I went back to my family's home, I would get more breakouts. And whenever I went back to my family's home, I would eat a lot more seafood than I usually do. So I looked it up and I found out that shellfish can trigger breakouts for some people because it's very high in iodine. This only applies for shellfish, so things like shrimp, lobster, oysters. Seafood, like fish, is good for you. The third one is peanut butter, and I'm very sad about this one because I love peanut butter. And it's also a good and easy way to get extra protein, so I was very sad when I found out about this. Peanut butter is very high in omega-6 fatty acids, which is very inflammatory. When you have acne, you want to increase your omega-3 intake because that is anti-inflammatory, but limit your omega-6 intake. Peanut butter also has androgen-like hormones, so that increases sebum production. The fourth thing is skim milk. I used to use skim milk all the time, but skim milk is actually more likely to cause acne than whole milk. When they remove the fat from the milk, it enhances the insulin-like growth factors, and excessive levels of insulin-like growth factors increases the production of sebum. Last thing is protein powders. You've probably heard about whey protein causing acne, but in my experience, even the vegan ones make me break out. That's because protein powders can be hard for your body to digest, and if it's not digested properly, it can clog up your lymphatic system, and that leads to lymphatic acne. I talk about lymphatic acne quite a lot on my page because that's what I was dealing with last year, but it took me a long time to figure it out because it's not something that's really talked about much. Lymphatic acne happens where you have major lymphatic pathways, so it could be on your temples, around your ears, and along your jawline. What I will say is that I don't personally believe that food itself directly causes acne. It's more about how your body digests it. So you don't necessarily have to avoid these foods forever. If you can improve the digestion of these things, then you can eat them again with no problem, like most people do. So one thing that helped me a lot with improving my digestion and clearing up my lymphatic system was taking apple cider vinegar before lunch and dinner. You just mix 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar with a cup of water and then take it 20 minutes before lunch and dinner. Apple cider vinegar is naturally acidic, so it increases your stomach acid levels and that improves your digestion. I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.